Before time learned to rush, Eden existed in stillness and light. Morning did not break the world awake. It unfolded gently, spilling gold across the garden as if creation itself were breathing out. Dew clung to leaves like scattered stars. Rivers flowed without urgency, their voices weaving together into a song that never repeated and never grew tired. Everything belonged. The wind moved through the branches like a greeting. Birds trusted the sky, and the sky carried them without threat. The earth was warm beneath bare feet, steady, welcoming and afraid. And God walked there, not as a distant ruler, but as presence, near, known, and questioned. He did not announce himself. He did not need to. Humanity did not seek him, they lived within him. Their laughter held no hesitation. Their eyes carried no shadows. There was nothing to hide from, and no reason to look away. Eden was full of sound, yet nothing clashed, nothing competed, nothing wounded. Then something changed. Not suddenly, not loudly. Just a pause, a hesitation so small it almost passed unnoticed. Certainty thinned, like mist lifting from the ground. From among the trees came a voice unlike the others, smooth, patient. Unhurried, it did not shatter the harmony it slipped between the notes. It did not deny God's goodness. It reframed it. It spoke of more, more wisdom, more sight, more self. It suggested that something precious had been withheld, that obedience was not protection, but limitation. A question was planted before a hand ever reached, and doubt, quiet, delicate, dangerous, took root. Hands moved where they had never moved before. Not in rage, but in longing. Not in hatred, but in curiosity shaped by uncertainty. The fruit was taken, and the garden felt it. Sweetness faded too quickly, awareness rushed in like cold air through an open door. Eyes opened wider, but the world grew sharper, less gentle. Light no longer comforted it exposed. For the first time, humanity looked inward and recoiled. Shame did not scream, it whispered. It told them they were now something to be hidden. Fear followed, urging them to cover, to retreat, to disappear from the gaze they once loved.
Leaves were gathered with trembling hands. Innocence unraveled quietly, thread by thread, and Eden began to change. The wind slowed, birds fell silent. Rivers softened their voices. The garden, once alive with communion, held its breath. Then came the sound they knew best, footsteps. God moved through the trees, not with fury, but with sorrow heavy enough to bend the air. His voice called out, not as a judge delivering a sentence, but as a father searching for what had stepped away. Where are you? The question echoed through branches and hearts alike. Humanity hid behind trees that could not truly conceal them. Distant, something Eden had never known stood between creator and created. The garden listened. Consequences unfolded like a slow dusk. The ground would no longer yield without resistance. Pain entered the human story not merely as punishment, but as the cost of separation. Life would continue, but it would be harder. Love would remain, but it would ache. And then came the leaving. The path out of Eden was quiet. No thunder shattered the sky. No fire fell from heaven. Just footsteps moving away from the place where God once walked beside them. The garden remained, but it no longer sang. Yet even in the silence, something endured. God's voice did not disappear. It carried forward a promise, soft, distant, but unbroken. A promise that the fracture would not be final. That the distance would one day be crossed. That what was lost would be restored. Eden fell silent, but the story did not end. The quiet became a waiting, and beyond the hush of lost innocence, redemption was already on its way.